Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today we are on the website of Rennes Encheres and we're going to have a look at an auction by Rennes Encheres. Looks like to be a small auction, so this is based in France. 23% is the buyer's premium, so have a look at all the information here as normal. Today is the 12th of July and this auction is finishing tomorrow, which is on the 13th of July. I've not seen this auction house before. But let's have a quick look. So there looks like there's only 77 lots, so let's see what we have here. So a French violin, late 19th or early 20th century, bearing a label of CH Neveu, Luthier, Paris. Gives you a bit of information here. 357 back, some fractures that need to be repaired. I'm not sure how many pictures we have here, front and back. And scroll, that's not bad, can't complain with that. And another French violin, circa 1920-1930, amateur work, bearing a labelling link by Alexandre Gilbert. 361 back, so that's quite long. Looks like an interesting scroll there, quite deeply carved. Curious, 100 to 150 euros there, the estimate. A French full-size violin, Miracle, 20th century, JTL workshop. I think we know these pretty well by this point. Looks like there's 3 pictures for most ones. Another French Miracle violin, JTL. Let's have a quick look at the pictures. Looks quite fairly standard. I have to say the picture qualities are quite good on this. A 3/4 JTL violin, and another Miracle violin, 19th century, by Didier Nicolas Ain. Definitely needs a bit of work there. Another 3/4 Miracle violin, not quite the same quality there. Another late 19th century French violin with a Derezi label. These all look a little bit messed around with. And another full-size Miracle violin, 20th century JTL. Bit more figured, that one. And here is a full-size violin, a Miracle Lebert workshop, 358. The length of the back there in marginally better condition than some of the others. And a Miracle violin bow, Lebert workshop. Let's see what we've got there. Just 2 pictures on the bows. Another JTL violin bow there. And a Lebert bow again, another Miracle violin bow. And a Prosper Colas cello bow. 500 to 600 euros is the estimate there. Lot of 2 violin bows, a Miracle with a Bazin mark. And a mid-19th century French violin bow in the style of Malines, octagonal stick in rosewood apparently. And a lot of 3 Miracle bows with kind of misleading iron marks. And 2 violins, Miracle again, one with the Bazin mark, silver and Pernambuco there. A Miracle violin bow, JTL workshop, 500 to 600 euros. That's interesting. French violin, 20th century, Lebert Humbert workshop, 359 back. It's fairly long, with 2 bows. Interesting. Oh, a few additional pictures there. There's the bows. A 20th century violin in Italian style, with a label by Tullio Giletti, Milano, 1927. A Guarnerius model. 358 back. A French violin, Miracle, 20th century. Looks in a bit better condition than some of the others we've seen, hence the estimate there, 800 euros to 1,000. 19th century French violin, circa 1860, in the style of Derezy's workshop, with a panorama label. It's very long though, 362. Slightly older French style there. Another French miracle violin, Francois Breton, circa 1850, with label and iron mark. See, scroll seems quite nice on that one. And a violin miracle, Nicholas Darche, circa 1860, a Maggini type thing, 2.5 to 3,000 euros. So we're getting a bit higher now. A French violin by Lucien Barthel, so 1948, 357 back. It's in good condition, 3 to 3,500 euros there. An interesting anonymous late 18th century violin with top and head in early 20th century copy of a Guarnerius model, 358 back, so it's still fairly long. Varnish looks a bit suspect on that. Various accidents and restorations, including a large fracture near the back joint. Interesting. A very nice German-made viola in the style of the Cremona school of Alfred Binner. Label from 1992. Okay, it's quite a figured one. Interesting 18th century French-made violin in the old Paris style, with damaged label by Louis Legetto, 1758. Signature in a black ink, 353 millimeters. Slightly interesting kind of little flower on the scroll there. Slightly more interesting than some of the other things that we've seen. Mid 19th century German made violin, Eastern European style, with a Klotz label, 355, so it's got a good standard length of back there. Another miracle violin by George Apparut, 355 the length of back. It's quite respectable. 3/4 miracle violin, JTL workshop. Another French JTL violin there. Lower kind of quality one there. A Korean violin there. For the modern. Even 80 to 100 euros seems like a bit of a stretch. A small 1/4 French violin, Miracle, 19th century. A 3/4 Czech violin, 334. Once again, 50 to 80 euros seems potentially a bit high. And we've got a flute by Lebret, silver and nickel. Flute by F. Hoffinger, Brussels. A flute, transverse flute by Demichel, Paris. Transverse flute by Hallery F. Sudra. A few flutes here. Japanese made transverse flute by Yamaha. Flute by Lebret, Paris. A pair of Bohème system clarinets in ebony. A Bonneville brand transverse flute. Bonneville Fields, Paris, transverse flute. Another Lebret, Paris, silver nickel flute. Two flutes in silver metal, Coleman and a Noblet. A Bonneville, Paris, transverse flute. A Louis Algo transverse flute. A pair of Bohème Buffet Crampon Paris system clarinets. A clarinet in B flat Bohème. An E flat alto saxophone from Bognier. A rare 50s Merha bass saxophone from Besson, Paris. An E flat alto saxophone by G. Leblanc. An E flat alto saxophone from Cousineau. And a Selmer brand slide trombone, gold varnish. Ooh, we're on to a few more plucked items here. French made mandolin from Mircore. It's fairly standard bowl back. Mandolin from 1902. It looks like an Italian Neapolitan one here. Looks like it needs a bit of work, but not too bad. Here's an interesting mandolin from Catania. Looks in fairly good condition. These things not particularly valuable though. Mandolin with a Napoli label again. Seen quite a few mandolins actually. Another mandolin here with a kind of Italian label there. Ooh, a very beautiful and rare mandola bearing the label Carmelo Catania. I think that is a slight exaggeration, unfortunately. Another French mandolin there, Lebert Workshop. Quite like some of these French ones. I like the rosettes because they're similar to some of the guitars of that period. Another kind of Italian mandolin there. Another mandolin in a kind of Italian style one. Nothing too exciting. Another French mandolin, Lebert. Mandolin with the label Pasquale Febraro, Napoli again. These are fairly low value mandolins. French made mandolin from Mircore. Once again, pretty low quality things. Another kind of Italian mandolin here. Once again, fairly low quality thing. A few guitars. It's a Korean hollow body electric kind of Epiphone style thing. And Jim Harley brand Les Paul. It's pretty budget stuff here. An Aria Pro 2 Cardinal solid body guitar. Some of those Aria Pro 2s pretty good actually. Not too bad. Johnson EST electric guitar from 1993. It's the American brand, but probably made in China or so. It's a GB SH3 electric guitar. Pretty curious. The transparent body. Beautiful electric guitar model, Gibson, recent Chinese invoice. Brand Williamson. Yep, that's pretty low budget thing. Japanese made electric guitar from Samek, model Stratocaster. And a whole load of chromatic harmonicas. So that's it. That is the end of the auction. I mean, it's a very small little auction, interesting enough, good variety of things. Whole load of mandolins, all fairly low brow kind of things, a few other kind of flutes and stuff, not that knowledgeable about flutes. Some standardish kind of violins really, and a few bows, nothing too outrageous. I think the most interesting thing from this auction is probably this particular violin. It's interesting edge work there, and just a little bit curious, and the scroll with the flowers kind of is interesting. So €2,000 to €2,500. Is that a good deal? Not entirely sure, but it's an interesting one anyway. So yeah, I think that's my pick of the auction. So yeah, it's been a small little auction, interesting enough. So if you're interested, I'll put a link in the description. Check it out. 77 lots. So this is Rennes Encheres Auctioneers, based in France. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description and check it out. So once again, thanks for watching, and ciao for now. Bye. Many thanks for tuning in to the Musical Instrument Investigator. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please like, subscribe and turn on notifications, and watch out for the next video coming soon.